Guys, so it has been literally a hot minute since I have vlogged, made any kind of videos. I've been like really popping on Instagram lately just because it's super easy to be on Instagram and you can literally take pictures anywhere. It's right on my phone. I can post them, like hashtags are gold, and it's super easy. So anyways, I am coming back with a ton of videos. I'm super duper excited. I at first was kind of going to pigeonhole myself into just doing makeup because as of late, actually the start of the new year, I decided I got a bunch of new palettes and I also bought palettes. I've bought a bunch of new makeup. I'm recently become obsessed with like e.l.f. cosmetics. Which is dangerous because everything's really cheap and it's actually really good quality. A lot of it is actually Jeffree Star approved. If you don't know who that is, check him out on YouTube. He's fucking like amazing and he makes a lot of good makeup. Anyway, I wanted to go crazy with new makeup looks. So all the time, like even if I'm working or just going to the grocery store or whatever, I really have become or tried to become like more experimental with what I'm doing. So at first I was like, oh, I'm just going to start to make a bunch of videos for like my Facebook and Instagram just for people that I know to see like how to do them or if they want inspiration or what they kind of want. But anyways, that I decided that I didn't really want to pigeonhole myself into just that. So obviously this first video is going to be kind of an introduction as to what I'm going to start doing, as well as I'm going to show you guys what my full foundation routine is, just from like the primer, the foundation to like my contour and blush, and then I'll do a separate video for my eyebrows and then some eye looks. There's a bunch of different ones I want to try, especially given that it's coming into, well, it's already spring here, spring and summer. I really want to do like bright. I love the idea of doing like rainbow stuff. I used to do that all the time when I was in aesthetics and like a little bit crazier, and now I'm like calm down. I was doing like the same fucking eye look every single day and I was just getting really, really tired of it. So anyways, I'm going to start doing makeup videos, but I'm also I love to bake and cook and stuff. So anytime I do baking, I am going to try to make a video of that. It's like, I always forget, like I get in the moment of doing my baking and then I just completely forget to take pictures, to do any of that. I am back on my weight loss bullshit, so there's going to be a little bit less of that, but I do still want to try to kind of sneak that in. There's a bunch of other stuff that I do want to do and talk about. I just, I was kind of going over lately with like a friend of mine what I should be doing, what I should be gearing myself towards. And we were talking about like from the plus size. My name is obviously, it's the fat perspective. So everything I do is from my own fat perspective, but I didn't want to be just, size inclusive. I guess it is kind of size inclusive. Like I essentially am just coming at everyone from the angle that regardless of what size, color, race, race and color, I guess is like the same thing. It's like early. So regardless of who you are as a person, I really think that you should be included. That is my own perspective. I don't care. I'm going to treat you the same way if you're, a size 000, can't even find clothes your size because you're so tiny, or if you are, a size 32 extendo size. I really don't care. As long as you're a fucking good person, just be a good person. I don't care what you are. I don't care what your color are, what your ethnicity, your gender is, because that's like a huge thing right now, which is, just be a fucking good person. It doesn't matter to me what you are. I will love you regardless if you're just a good fucking person. Anyways, I went on a bit of a rant there, but we're going to get into it. This makeup was supposed to be a little bit of a catch up, and then we're going to do our foundation routine. I'll show you guys what I use, what I do. So off camera, I actually did already do my primer. So if you don't use primer, if I can get your shit together, because your primer is going to be your life. It's what's going to put everything on super nicely. I apologize for how my skin looks right now. This is how I look just without makeup. So this is just like, figure it out. Primer. Okay, so I use this. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've used I'm almost like reached pan. So this is just what it looks like. It's really like a cream base. This works good for me. I'm not going to say it's going to work for everybody, but for me personally, I have pretty dry, depending on the season, obviously it is dry right now, but I have really big pores like over my nose and kind of here. So I find this stuff really helps. And I've tried a lot of different primers from super high end to super low end. This is $8 and was super Jeffree Star approved. That's why I bought it. It's continually sold out all the time, and I managed to get my hands on it, which was great. I recommend a primer. It's going to give you a flawless foundation. It's going to make sure it stays on all day, obviously with the help of some other stuff, which we'll definitely get into. So as far as foundation, am a huge fan of Fenty Beauty. I'm actually almost out of this. I'm going to be making a trip probably to Sephora today to get more of this. I don't particularly rebuy foundations because there's so many different brands and I want to try things out. This is going to be a repeat product for me. I find my skin just loves it. It goes on great. It has phenomenal coverage, like phenomenal. Like I don't need to fucking cake it on and it's perfect. I kind of go back and forth between using a beauty blender. This one is actually dirty as fuck. I need to wash it, which is why I'm not going to be using it today. This is from Morphe. These are way cheaper than the actual beauty blenders. These run for, it's under $30, but they're 20 something. The Morphe ones, which I found work just as well, was for about $8. And I know they are selling Morphe. I think they have a store now in West End, or they have a pop-up store, and they also do sell it in Sephora. There's like a little tiny area for it. I saw it the other day. And I think they're about $9. So I paid shipping for this, so it came to about that. But this recently I got actually from e.l.f. It's their stipple brush, so it is for foundation. I have really been loving this, and plus it's cleaner than my other things. Also, if you're wondering the background, what that little mechanism is, it's not a tiny cleaning robot. I wish. It's actually an air conditioner. We run our air conditioner at night for the noise, the coolness, and that's obviously the bed and just a wall and a fucking random window. So just getting back to it, I put some of the foundation on my hand. I take my brush, just put it in, literally dot it onto my face, and then I go to town. This is also, I find, a little bit faster to do than the beauty blender, because sometimes be a real pain in the dick to try to put on. But just because you're literally mashing it into your face continuously, but it does give you that like airbrushed, mood, which, this thing actually does too. I thought it would leave me quite a bit more streaky. And if you're not used to using something like this, it's a little bit weird at first. I've been using the Beauty Blender or the Morphe sponge forever. So when I first got this, I was like, what? And I'm like, why isn't it blending? Why is it so streaky? And once I kind of figured out how to use it, side note, don't be afraid to literally watch YouTube videos on how to do things. I do that all the time. Like, I love doing makeup. I think I'm pretty good at it. I've watched more wing liner tutorials as of late than ever, because I recently, also from Morphe, I got a black gel liner, as well as from e.l.f., which I literally can't even find right now. Oh, I got this amazing blue gel liner, which I have been wearing, that has worked out, really, really good. Okay, so foundation on. So now, depending on how extra I'm feeling that day, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'll sometimes do a concealer and go in for the sake of this video, in case somebody wants to see how I do it, where I do it. I do use the Sephora, it's called Bright Future, so it's a gel concealer. This is not my favorite, and at first, when I first got it, I was like, this is amazing. It's like super cheap. I think it was only $18, which is cheap if you are buying a little bit higher end stuff. Drugstore stuff has really, they have been bringing it. They did not come to play. They have really been upping all of their brands, so I would suggest kind of going that route before buying this. I find the Sephora, I'm getting older and I have like a lot more lines under my eyes, and so I find this shit likes to settle in the creases. It's not good. So anyway, this is how and I'm sorry for not looking into the camera, but I have like my big vanity mirror in front of me. And this is literally what I do. I know for a long time there was that big thing about completely like caking your face, the whole clown vibe. I'm like, I'm not here for that, so I don't. Also, as far as contouring and highlighting and doing this shit, you gotta do it for what you kind of want to highlight on your face. These are areas of my face that I particularly like highlighting, so I do. So I kind of go in, if I have my beauty blender, I literally do the exact same thing. So, and I know most people's lives, they thought, oh, don't you put concealer underneath and then do foundation after? If you have particularly problematic, bad skin, need to cover up, you know, everything, cover up those lies, then I guess you could, and then just do it again after. This is more like a cover and highlight for me. So that's kind of why I do it. I love to highlight under the eyes. It just brightens up your future, and you know, I like to look like a bright bitch. Okay, so we are highlighted and looking fresh faced, gorgeous. Yes, my lips are covered in foundation, but what you gonna do? So the next thing after that, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. Now, this is again something optional. I don't always do it for the for the sake of the video. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm just gonna show you guys, like, as you can see, this shit is literally in my creases already. I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm planning on going to Sephora today, and I might just buy something. So, in case you've never heard of this before, baking. So baking the face. So that is where we take a loose powder. I am using, I don't want to tip it because this shit is like, it's like in here and it's like super powdery. It's super sparkly. I know you can't see it, but it's like more HD here. So I just pour it into here. And this one, again, is from e.l.f. It's their HD powder. I got it in Luminance. You can just get it as like a straight powder, nothing fucking fancy. So baking is the act of literally packing on powder in places that you really want to lighten and keeping it on there. So I don't always do this. I only do this if I'm having like a really extra night. I literally have the day off. My man's working. I'm probably gonna clean the house and maybe do a bit of shopping after this, but again, sake of the video, we're gonna do it. So I often use my beauty blender, but because it's like not wet, it's kind of tough. Okay, so I actually just wet my beauty blender because I feel like this is gonna be the best way to put it on. So I am dipping it in, getting a bunch of the product on, and I am just literally like squishing it into my skin, and you can see how it leaves like that residue. So the act of doing this is so the powder like soaks into your skin and like perma lightens it, just really wherever you want. I really only do it on my chin. Why aren't you focusing? Hello. Okay, there we go. I only do it here and around here because that's kind of where I want to lighten, and I'm not going super duper extra. In the meantime, we get back to it. While that sits and cakes my face, I bronze. So I do more of like a contoury bronze. This is from Too Faced. It's their peach line. Literally actually smells like a peach. It's called Bronzed Peach, and this is the melting powder bronzer in Toasted Peach. As you can see, I've definitely reached pan because I love it. So it is a cream formula, and I'm just using this small contour brush from Schmiss Glam. I feel like I got that in like one of those beauty bag things once upon a time. So anyways, I swish it around and I literally draw on my face. I draw just the lines where I want everything to go. And you know what? Sometimes I'll do more, again, dependent on the look. Rare occasions, I will do it along the bridge of my nose because I kind of like the look of my nose, and I've already done my conceal highlight there. It's already doing it for me, and I don't feel like I have like a wide nose that I need to really snatch it and slim it down. So After that's done, I take just a fluffy brush. These are the brushes that I currently use. They're like little mermaid brushes. I got them for Christmas from my gorgeous sister. And now I just blend it out. Which is literally what I do. So while everything's baking on my face, and because this is a cream to powder, it blends out super duper nicely. Sometimes a bit, especially after this Easter weekend. Girl, I need the look of those cheekbones because I got this fat face on from eating so much food, like so much chocolate. Literally, I'm like drinking my coffee this morning. I had my overnight oats, and my parents bought us these chocolate bunnies that like come in a box. It's just like cheap chocolate, nothing really fancy. My dad wrote Happy Easter on all of them because like he's a dad. He's literally filled to the brim with dad jokes. If he doesn't say one an hour, I think he probably explodes. But he got us those, and after I'm like drinking my coffee, done my overnight oats, I like rip off the bunny's head and eat it. I'm like, bitch, where? I'm supposed to be on my weight loss bullshit, and this bunny's like staring at me in the face. Like, okay. Anyway, we are contoured. I love a good contour, especially when you've eaten as much as I did, but that's like an old chestnut story. We're not going to get into that right now. That's a completely another video. Now that we're done that, normally I will do sometimes, not normally, I should stop saying normally. I will do my eyebrows first and then wipe this off because I'm just not satisfied that it's baked enough, but I think it's baked enough. But my eyebrows are going to be a completely separate video. Y'all don't get that all in one video. So I take another fluffy brush that is, again, the mermaid tail, and we just literally dust off the excess. And I kind of go around my whole face. So this acts as like a finishing powder for my whole face. Sometimes when I do this, I wipe off some of that contour and I will go back in depending how much of it is taken off. But I'm kind of satisfied with this today. I kind of like it. So next is blush. This is the only brush I don't use this is like the oldest brush I have, but I love it. It's big. I got it from like a set. I'm pretty sure on like AliExpress, and I just wanted like a big fluffy brush. It actually came in a huge set. Some of them I still do have, but a lot of them, like, I don't know, oh my God. A lot of them is from AliExpress and they just like broke off. This I've actually re-glued and it appears that it is actually coming loose. So anyway, I use a different blush every day depending on the look I'm going to do. I do have this one from e.l.f. that is more peachy. I did buy it specifically for summer and I really do like it. It's called Candid Coral. I also have one from Elizabeth Arden. This is like 1,000 years old, but it's fine. It's called their Pure Finish Mineral Cheek Ombre. I don't really know. It's called Sunkissed Rose. And that is how it looks. So you turn this little dial-y do here, and it's like you can't even see what I'm doing. Like, I'm so retarded. It's like a nice pinky tone. I don't really feel like doing that today, so my go-to is NARS. I love this color, both for the absolute gorgeous shimmer on it and the name. It's called Super Orgasm. Who wouldn't want to use a gorgeous blush like that? So, I'm just gonna go on my cheekbones and put this Super Orgasm all over my face. That's what she said. Okay, done. So a lot of people I know are like afraid of blush. I don't feel complete unless I have it. I know these lights are not really doing me any justice, but I can't help it. So anyway, this has been my full foundation routine. Just to show you guys, sometimes I go back in with bronzer with, this is from Maybelline, so drugstore brand. It's their Master Bronze 2 Bronze and Highlighting Kit. So obviously I've touched pan on the highlight because I'm a highlighting bitch. I use this one to go back in to do any kind of bronzing, which I'm gonna do. What am I doing? So I just take a little bit of that And just until I'm satisfied that, you know, I'm a real bronzy bitch. And we're done. That's it. So at the end of my makeup, I'm not going to do it now because, you know, I'm not done. But you guys, I am done. I go in with e.l.f., which is a dewy setting mist. Side note, this is not my favorite. I find when it comes out, it sprays a lot. And sometimes you'll get like water droplet markings on your face, which is not cute. Sis, let me tell you, it's not cute. Cover that shit up. Sometimes I'll have to go back in and like dot my face. It works. It helps. It's like dewy, so you don't look too dry and cakey and gross. But that's at the end of my makeup. I do recommend doing setting sprays because it helps keep that shit on, especially with summer around the corner, you guys. You're going to want your makeup to stay on. Now, if you decide to go cake like me, which I do because I love it, but you don't have to. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my fall foundation routine. Get excited because there's more videos to come. Bye, guys.